I helped Dale unchain the rabbit, sending Jessie into the shop. She glanced again at the 4 cars in the parking lot, where there should have been 3, and ran inside without protest. She had no trouble opening the door that should have been locked, and when she went in, she didn't turn on the lights because she was her father's daughter. She knew better than to turn on lights in a room with windows when there might be something to hide.
Poor thing.
Dale was patting my car's trunk, not paying any attention to Jessie.
Aren't many of these left running around town anymore.
He looked back at me as he hopped back into his truck.
I have a line on a 89 Jetta, 2-door with 110 on the meter. A little banged up, but nothing a little Bondo and paint can't fix.
I'll keep it in mind. What do I owe you?
Boss will bill you.
Dale's boss was his wife. I waved as he drove away. Then I sprinted for the door of my office. The unexpected 4th car in my lot was a battered and worn 74 Mercedes that belonged to Gabriel. I slid through the door and closed it. The dark office had been enough to let me know that Gabriel knew something and that it was important to keep it quiet. Otherwise, the interior would have been blazing with light. As I turned, I caught Gabriel's scent all right, but there was also someone else. Strong arms wrapped around my waist, jerking me almost off my feet. My nose told me the arms belonged to Ben of the British accent and foul mouth as he buried his face against my stomach. So I put the crowbar I'd snatched off the counter back where it belonged, without smashing in his head. He moved his head until my shirt rucked up, and his beard-rough cheek was against my skin. I'd had another werewolf do that before, felt the same tremors and ragged breathing. I was reasonably sure that Ben wasn't feeling hungry like the other wolf had been, because it hadn't been that long since turkey dinner. So I put a hand on his head and glanced at the pair of shell-shocked teenagers standing in front of a shelf of old mismatched hubcaps. It was dark inside the shop, but coyotes like me can see in the dark. From the heat of his skin against mine, I knew Ben was trying to fight off the change. Shh. I didn't move my hand again, because a werewolf's skin is pretty sensitive when he is changing. Ben quit trying to talk and contented himself with breathing. I looked at Gabriel. He was gripping Jessie's hand, or letting her grip him, and didn't look to be in much better shape than Ben.
Start over. Mercy needs to hear it all.
Gabriel nodded.
About midnight, Ben burst into my living room, grabbed my car keys, and dragged me out the door. As soon as we were outside, I could tell there was a lot of something going down at your house. There weren't any headlights, but I could hear cars, something with diesel engines, truck size. Ben said something about getting here and getting to you, I think? He sounded pretty odd. He shoved me into the driver's seat and hasn't said a coherent thing since. I was going to try to call you, but...
He nodded at the floor, and I saw the scattered remnants of the shop's phone.
He didn't seem to think that would be a good idea. I am really, really glad to see you.
Ben, can you... He reached up and dumped a tranquilizing dart into my hand. It was about half full of something that looked like milk, but I knew better. Someone knew our secrets. He was drugged. I sniffed the hypodermic just to make sure. It smelled familiar. It looks like that stuff that killed Mac.
Mac?
Before your time. Mac was a newly turned werewolf who got in the way of a Byzantine plot ultimately aimed at Bran. We've always thought that werewolves are invulnerable to drugs of any kind. But the bad guy, who happened to be a werewolf himself, figured out a cocktail that worked with ingredients any vet supply would have. That knowledge should have died with Jerry. Most of the wolves who got hit with the stuff were fine, but new werewolves are more vulnerable, and it killed Mac. We all looked at Ben, who wasn't looking too healthy.
Is Ben going to be all right? Can we do something for him?
Burning it out.
Ben? You're burning out the drug? His skin did feel feverish. Boosting your metabolism. I didn't know werewolves could do that.
Burning it good.
I took that to be an affirmative.
But it'll be a minute.